Not quite talk of the town, but every time you see the Yuzu on screen, you're like, oh man, the addition of that extra low, so tricky for catching a lot of these approaches and these dash blocks as well. But Akatsuki, you know, ever the intimidating presence as he wave dashes right in your face for some incredible strike throw. But winners finals, game 1, Salty versus Carp. Let's see it.
And okay, we're just playing the patient game right there. You have to respect that stance too, right? Because when Yuzu is in stance, her normals become, or specials become way faster startup and do a lot more damage as well. So you have to be scared of approaching that. And as we're seeing right there, Carp gets a hit, doesn't fully convert. It's okay though. Backing up yet again, we're setting the pressure once again. There's an overhead going to connect. Here's a full combo. Are we going to win the purple cycle? No! Just barely lost it to Salty.
Yep, there we go. CS coming out from Carp there. I like the Salt that we saw earlier after the zoning pattern, right? We see a lot of dash blocks from Salty, taps him on the dome, but speaking of J6C, tapping you on the dome doesn't quite get the top 2 ender though. So Carp content to just do triple jump back.
Nice check on the dash in from Salty. That can be a bit of a scary thing, but with no fireball to back up Salty's approach, that is not a frame trap.
Oh, there we go, jump back. You're trying to get this distance once again. You know, Oki be damned. I am trying to make him force himself into the approach here. Salty, one hit away, one bateau away from... no way. We did the whip punish IW. We were waiting for the bateau to come out just to invo right on through it. Now it's one touch both sides.
2A after 2A after 5A. When is the pressure going to end? Fireball in your face, going to green shield it, getting so much Vorpal, so much grid, but doesn't win the cycle. It's so far away, and Salty hits him with a 6, a beat straight to the dome, get down on the ground, and Salty takes that round. And once again, like just barely specking IW for that punish was crazy.
Yeah, but I really like the jump back JV coming out from Carp just to enforce this air space. Didn't do a ton of damage for Salty, but still making sure that you can't just get away with jump Bitatsu or jump J6C to start enforcing those plus frames.
And that was so smart from Carp right there. You have to respect Akatsuki when he has chain shift, right? But when you're in the air like that as Yuzu, use that burst option of just moving around the screen, teleporting around, and avoiding that entirely for that full punish. And Carp is having such a huge lead because that one interaction gave him so much momentum, putting Salty into the corner. And even though Salty's out, you can just teleport right out in return. And there it is, clipping Salty low as Carp takes that next round with a perfect.
Yeah, we got the 2C starter and then Carp dropped. I was like, no, no, no. We've seen players come back from worse here, but still able to seal it out there with the perfect 200 meter on the side of Carp. Has to hold this EX projectile pressure, and the fireballs give you all the time in the world to run up for the charge. J6C.
I'm surprised the J6C actually beat the 4B. Oh, what?
Salty, you're going to need to run that back for me because I have no idea how that IW did not connect. Salty goes right on through for the robbed, I guess. Hit it with the clip in the chat here, but Carp living in the moment, trying to survive in this game number 1. Tatsu right in the face.
Trying to survive indeed, and gets this throw tech. Is his turn again. Now Salty is going to have to try approach. Oh, there's that teleport right behind you. Here I am now. And you're going to eat this combo. Yeah, once again, from really in the corner with any hit, Yuzu can go for a cross-up. So she can afford to go for those cross-up mixers. And now VO, both players with VO. And there it is, going to be spent. That's what happens when you try to approach with a J6C, something reactable like that.
Yep, unsheathe the sword, ready for the punish on the way down. BDP on the other side still gets caught up by the Bato and catching up on the chat there. You know, I didn't realize that what Salty had used was the EX parry. So seeing it go right on through the IW, I was like, oh, do you have invul frames there? I didn't even realize we had gone for the EX reversal there. So big shout out to chat for catching us up here as we head into game number 2.
Game number 2. 1 game up for Salty, but still needs to win 2 more. So Carp can easily start making this back, start making the adjustments, and we saw that happen before, especially in that set against Defiant, where Defiant had that commanding lead, but it started to like slip away because Carp was basically unraveling that offense, unraveling that neutral, and played it so much stronger afterwards.
Yeah, bro, Unravel is probably the song going through Salty the Ox right now as he's trying to find his way back in, but Carp is just working with all the TPs, just keeping you at bay, and finally, when you think it's time to dash block, tapping you on the dome with the assault jump in.
Ooh. I'm telling you, oh, there's a throw. blocks that, but yeah, you're going to eat the block string afterwards, and another throw coming out, shocking him. The electrocution, electrocute him once again. This is electric shock therapy.
Point blank plus frames. Nice head invul idiot is a crazy clip title. Appreciate you, Cyrus, for dropping that one in the chat. Carp dropping on through. Air tag tries to bring you back out to the mid screen. Salty gets caught out on the 2A with the VO, but still has to hold on to this pressure, waiting for an opportunity to use that EX.
And VO on the teleport. Both players with VO once again. Carp with a little bit more is going to end this combo. Yeah, there it is. Just for the meter. I'm surprised he went for the meter instead of the IW. But it's okay. Either way, it was enough to kill. Now Carp is up around in game 2. Once again, making the adjustments needed to beat Salty right here.
There we go, pick up into the J6C. Like you're saying before, right? The steer ender's so good to keep this Oki down in the corner. It's a red beat, so we don't get the full confirm. But there we go, just jump on in. Who said Yuzu can't be a rushdown? TP for the pickup once again, 150 meter for Carp. It's so close on the cycle, though. You have a decent amount of time to try and fight it back.
Hitboxes being spammed in your face. Approach me if you dare.
Ooh, teleport you into the corner. Beautiful
reaction
from Salty. Yeah, ready for it. Knows that Carp has been showing that in previous sets, so just ready to OS it on out. Back up against the wall. IW off the 2M. You know, I know he does a lot of damage, but I don't think it's Okay, thank God I was right.
Clearly, you were right. 6k damage. That is nothing to scoff at, though. I mean, Akatsuki already had one of the highest damaging IWs in Uni Clear, and they just buffed it even more. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why Akatsuki has 6k damage like that now, but he does.
Thank you, Carmoney, for your service. Counter hit into 6k was crazy. If anyone in the chat thought it killed, it would be very reasonable, but still not enough. Seals that last round out, and now we've barely done any damage in the past 20 seconds. Both of these players just trying to stay patient and get this game. Alright, flash shield.
The chain shift on the teleport and the punish coming from Salty right there.
Yep, teleport onto the other side, loses cycle. Ooh. J6C for the punish here, full pickup into the corner.
Yeah, I like what Salty's doing right here, you know, just playing impatient, letting Carp just throw out those big specials in the screen because he can just shield them, right? Win the Vorpal cycle, which he's doing so effectively. And then once he's won the Vorpal cycle, then he just waits for Carp to do something risky, gets the confirm, and goes for a high damage punish, as we see right here, as Salty wins that with almost a perfect. So much health on the board for Salty with that final round, and we are moving into game 3. Carp yet to take a single game, but has taken some rounds here and there.
Yep, tied up on the game count here, 1-1. The 6B to end it right into the IW, so evil. And it's, you know, it's like we keep saying, the overheads are reactable. When you've shown so many other things to have to watch out for, especially with 200 meter in the bank you have to worry about. With EX cancels, all these shenanigans, TPs across the screen, you finally get backed into the corner, and the quote-unquote reactable overhead seals it out. But still, fighting back here in game number 3. Let's see who can break the tie.
What a shield on that J6C as well, going straight into that punish. Carp was ready for that overhead because that's not something that's very easy to shield, right? Just out of the blue. Ooh. Yeah, once again, just paying back, just shielding all of this because Yuzu doesn't have a lot of mix from this range. And look at how much grid that Salty got. He got thrown, he's going to a combo, but he still has so much advantage on this Vorpal gauge.
Yep, spend the meter, you might as well. Don't get any refund because you're not in Vorpal, but it's all good. The triple jump back delays to wait out the parry. Salty looking worse for wearing the HP right now. No, you dodged one, but you can't dodge the EX right behind it. You had the right idea, but rapidly approaching your location, Carp still swipes it through with the Bato.
And once again, life before Carp up around, but this can easily slip by if you're not careful. Salty approaching ever so close, ever so much, and just pushing Carp where he wants them to be on the screen.
Yeah, the micro concentrate to try and get some of that grid bleed back. It doesn't secure the cycle for you, but at least off of the change shift, still able to stop Salty in his tracks. Lots of meter on both sides right now.
200 meter. Oh no. Raw IW? No, we're not going to see that just yet. I don't think he's the type to do that again. Shield on there. Doesn't even need to spend any meter for an anti-air. Knows he can get a better punish if he shields it. And you're seeing that right here. 3.8k damage. And you're in the corner overhead. Doesn't give the full combo afterwards. And IW raw. I knew it was going to come at some point, and Salty was just waiting for his opportunity. Though interesting spend because he is low on health. And now if he loses this round, he could be down meter. But now the life is evened up, so maybe it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to do as much to try and win this back. And grid break. J6C, more than enough damage. Pick up into the 3K. Now we're tied up here. Tied up on games. Tied up on rounds. We are still first to 3, but you're trying to get that advantage soon as possible. Caught up with the TP once again here in the mid screen.
It is C/Ender. And just hanging on to 100 more meter, concentrating for full screen, getting that full screen low.
Yep, caught the startup of the dash block there with the jump Bato. 2M comes out with the red mist. All the time in the world to react, so instead, VOOS just says, unhand me. I have the light lead. Let me try and slow it down. 75 seconds on the clock.
Lots of great dash blocks coming from Salty right now. Akatsuki with that F dash has very effective ways of just closing the distance, as we're seeing right here. The moment you try to close in, teleport away. And Carp's like, nope. You're not allowed to get in my face like that, and close to it perfect.
Jump on through, whip on the slash, but you still have more on the way down. It's VO from Salty trying to steal this round on back, but caught out with the slash. 100 meter and still more behind it. Carp goes up 2-1, but we still got at least one more game over here in winners finals. Yep, quick rematch right on into it, trying to keep up that momentum. Salty down but not out. So many of these dash blocks getting caught out by the delay jump back Bato. It's hard. Easier said than done. Oh, just dash block. Just don't get hit out by any of the shenanigans. All the TPs going around the screen, but game number 4, Salty. Can we tie it up?
So we'll see. Coming right up. Salty. Oh, yeah. Once again, like, has to respect all this pressure. She's in stance, and those specials are so fast, so big. You have to respect it. And when is the time to approach? You don't know. You could have probably pressed on that teleport, but that's more or less on a read, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not trying to go for anything too crazy here in game number 4. Decent amount of grid here for Salty, so still should be able to get the CS on the way back down. The forward tech just barely gave you enough grid, even though Carp was looking for the concentrate there. That was close.
Yeah, those minute details to win the Vorpal cycle is really what separates a good player from a great player. And we are watching 2 great players right here, so mindful of the Vorpal cycle, so mindful of the other players' pressure options, and a VO bait from Carp, just narrowly avoiding it. And Salty still has VO on a deck, but won't be able to use any of it. Carp with another perfect in the set.
No, you use 2 air actions, you use the slash, you see the VO on the way down, but you're still able to leap on over. That was such a smart reaction from Carp. Full use of your mobility as Yuzu to make your way on over the reversal attempt. Salty, a little salty about that one, so we're starting off the next round strong with the aggression. Keep it a little slow here. Go for the shields on the Bato. Still gets caught up by the assault jump in, looking to even up this life lead. No!
Yeah, we just 4 tech DP in your face. What about it?
Yep, Atatsu to the EX. Didn't get the dash right behind the throw. It's all good.
Once again, just playing patient. Doesn't have to do anything too crazy. Wants the meter right there. A nice jump out from Carp, reacting to it and punishing it accordingly.
Yeah, nice pickup there. Didn't even need to jump in for the full assault, so you're able to get the full punish off the air Bato. Now we're tied up on the health lead. The strike property means that extended hurt box still gets caught up by the VO pickup into the IW here. Now we're tied up on the rounds. It's still set point for Carp though.
That was crazy awareness from Salty right there. He was confident that VO was going to hit that extended hurt box, and it did. And that's one of the things about Yuzu. I mean, Yuzu can do some really safe pressure from far away, but you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when your opponent has meter like that, has Celestial for the extra damage, and all this meter if you decide to cash out in the chain shift.
So cash out of it now.
The double whiff shield right in your face. Definitely a little scary here for Salty, but Carp just trying to wait out, see how crazy you get, and finally lands the hit once again.
And VO once again in your face. Salty really loves using that as an option, and yet to be baited out by, has been baited out by Carp once before, but not anymore. Salty, you know, if it didn't work one time, just keep on doing it and they won't expect it. Salty here still looking pretty strong right here. I mean, doesn't have a ton of meter to really do too much against Carp to open him up, but just enough to where he can play this patient pressure game, and Carp finds an opening.
Yeah, still shouldn't be enough even if you catch out into the IW, but it's a tech off the wall. We're going to call that an American reset out here from Carp here, but the combo throw, like you said, it's still so scaled, going for a lot of these tech chases, but Carp finds another opening with a counter hit 2C, more than enough to kill, doesn't even need IW. The EX seals it out and secures Carp's spot in the winner's side of Grand Finals.